Hello, and welcome to the Cherry Purls podcast, episode 5.
Hi,
I'm Robin,
I'm Mary.
and you can find us on Instagram and Ravelry. You can find me as Teeny Button on both of those websites.
And I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry and my Angry Orange Cat on Instagram.
So, you can find our podcast group. We haven't mentioned the podcast group yet. It is Cherry Pearls Podcast on Ravelry. So feel free to come and join and come chat with us. We put our show notes there so you can find the show notes. And then we also have a thread if you want to ask us any questions.
Yeah.
And we are also considering a knit-along, probably starting in May, huh?
We've talked about it, and we'll have more details coming in the next podcast.
Yeah, but whenever we do, you can find those in the Ravelry group as well.
Yes.
So you want to jump straight into foes?
Sure.
You go first.
I just have the one.
Oh, well, I have two. Should I go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So my first one I'm wearing, this is the Woodland Crescent Shawlette, and that is by Pam Jamilian. I hope I'm saying her name right. And the yarn is 3 Irish Girls, Glenhaven Cashmere Merino Fingering, 80 Merino, 10 Cashmere, 10% nylon. And that's the Gulf of Mexico colorway.
Yeah.
There's the end. This is an exclusive colorway to the Sarasota Yarn Shop. What was that called?
A Good Yarn.
A Good Yarn in Sarasota. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I did make some modifications. I had knit, the entire pattern is written for sport weight yarn. And this is a fingering weight yarn, and I figured it would be okay because I don't mind my shawls a little bit smaller. But I knit the entire pattern, and it was way too small, and I had almost half my skein left over. So I added 5 eyelet rows. You can see that 5 eyelet rows, and then just 2 rows of garter stitch in between. And I think it's just the right width.
This was a question you asked in a previous podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You discussed your dilemma then, and decided to go with the eyelets. I think that worked out really well.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And this yarn is so soft.
It is. It's a beautiful color. The hand is gorgeous.
Yeah, it would have been a shame to use it for socks. I'm not one of those people that uses cashmere yarn for socks.
Not when you can put that lovely softness next to your face. You robbing a bank?
Mm-hmm. So that's that.
All right. My only FO of the week is my baby bugle. Look how little it is.
So small.
I showed in a previous podcast the socks that I knit with the Dancing Dog Dye Works Elephant Festival colorway. And I had previously knit a bugle in that color, and there's the bigger bugle.
The mama and the baby.
And so I had a lot left over because I don't knit tall socks. So I decided I would make a baby.
It's so small.
And so, yeah, so this is how they sit in my craft room, like one on top of the other. You know, looks a little bit better than that. But anyway, I just got a big kick out of knitting this. And, you know, the whole time it's coming together, I'm just, you know, it just makes me really happy. And I did the same thing that I did with the other one is I put a little, this time I didn't put a pipe cleaner in the trunk. I put a piece of wire.
Would a pipe cleaner even fit?
That's what I was afraid of. I didn't want any of the bristles from the pipe cleaner to poke out. Not that they're that stiff, but it would catch on the yarn, and if I needed to push it in a little bit more, it'd be a lot easier to obviously just to push in the wire, which that was the case.
Look at the little buttons.
Yeah, for the eyes, for the bigger one, I had found safety eyes at Hobby Lobby, but I would have had to order safety eyes small enough to fit for this one, and I was just too impatient, so I just went and bought some buttons and used the felt like I did with the bigger one. And I'm very happy with it. It looks really cute. And so this baby bugle was knit as part of the Stuffy Along that I'm participating in the Legacy Knits podcast. Adorable.
I need to get on that.
Yeah, because you love to knit stuffies.
That's how I actually got started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, started again after, like, because I learned when I was little, and then I just knit, like, stockinettes, like, garter stitch scarves. And then I, like, taught myself how to, you know, increase and decrease and purl and stuff.
And you switched
Doing
from
stuffies.
You switched from English to continental at that point.
No, I'd always knit continental, I think.
No, because I know Nana doesn't know how to knit continental.
Well,
so that's my only FO for the week.
So I have an FO.
Another one.
I know. If any of you are joining the Pin Feathers and Pearls Stripy Socks Cal, you may have seen these in the group. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen these. These are my Kama Sutra socks. And these are Lord, oh my goodness.
Sorry, okay. Here, let me hold them like this.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
So my life flashed before my eyes.
Hey, why don't you hold one? I'll hold one. How about that?
So this is Mustache Yarns in the Kama Sutra colorway, and I have the tag. No one cares. You've already seen the tag. And it's a spiffy sock base. And I got this yarn at DFW, and I cast them on there. So these are my DFW socks. The white is my own Feet sock, Teeny Button Studio Feet sock base, and just undyed. And these are knit on size 1s. These were knit on my new Carbons needles, which I really like. I'm really happy with them. I think I might buy another pair. I think I like them better than the Haya Sharps.
What's wrong with you?
Well, the sharps are too sharp because they poke my hands.
Mm. See, I don't like needles with a lot of drag, and I think the Carbons have drag.
Yeah.
See, I like a slick needle, metal and slick.
Yeah. Well. We'll see when I end up ordering. I do need more sock needles because my other ones are getting all bent up. But these.
What are you doing to your needles?
I knit really tight, and so I'm like fighting with it the whole time.
Huh?
Yeah. Apparently that's like a continental thing.
I thought continental.
Or maybe the opposite.
It's the opposite.
I don't
Continental
know.
stitch is supposed to be looser. I know that Danny of Little Bobbins is actually trying to teach herself how to knit.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah, she's trying to teach herself how to knit English because she's finding that her socks are a little on the loose side, so that whenever she knits socks, she's going to knit English or she's going to throw. Both terminologies are used for holding the yarn in that way because she finds that her gauge is looser. So yeah, continental, your gauge is looser. Wow. So I don't know what you're doing with your needles.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I take them everywhere I go. Like I throw them in my backpack to go to school, or I throw them in my purse.
Maybe Pearl is using them while you're at work. There you are.
I have them at work. She probably chews on them at night. But anyway, these are I've said this before. Mustache Yarns Kama Sutra colorway.
Yay!
Look at them up close. I'm really happy with them. I think this is my favorite pair so far that I've knit, maybe ever.
Speaking of Mustache Yarns, did you see the Instagram post by Stacy?
Oh, with the giveaway?
Yeah, she's doing a giveaway right now. I think she's got, 9,000 subscribers? Yeah. It's really, really amazing. And she
deserves every one of those
absolutely. She's the man when it comes to dyeing yarn. And so, yeah, if you're interested, you could possibly win a free skein of Mustache. And I know I have entered. So
I haven't yet. I couldn't think of anyone to tag, which is silly because I know a ton of people on Instagram. But anyway, these are my normal sock formula.
How could you not think of anybody to tag?
I know. I was like, well, I feel like I tag the same people every time.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'd be tagging the same
people
all the time. If I could get free yarn, they'd be like, you need to understand yarn. Okay.
Yeah. There's my normal sock formula, cast on 24. And I did, Candace was talking about this in her Pin Feathers and Pearls podcast a couple episodes back about how instead of doing directional decreases, and I'm going to show this, she does, instead of make one left and make one right, she does knit front and back. That way on the toe, because whenever you do knit, make one left and make one right, sometimes you kind of get like a concave edge on the side of your sock. So I did knit front and back, and I think I'm not getting that.
My favorite increase is knit front and back.
Yeah, I like the directional ones because I feel like I know what I'm doing whenever I do that. That sounds stupid, probably.
No, it doesn't sound stupid. I mean, that's what you like doing.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't have to worry about what direction I'm going because I always just knit in the front and
But
the
I like
back.
this one better. And part of it is like, I spent so long memorizing which one is left and which one is right that I want to use it. You know?
Well, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to forget. So, yeah, that's the toe.
Looks nice.
And then I increase
64
to 64. No, 68.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if I have big feet or if I like my socks a little bit looser. I don't like too much negative ease.
See, I like negative ease.
Well, I don't wear my socks out. I wear my socks to bed. And like if they're too much negative ease, I feel like I don't have circulation in my feet.
Yeah, well, I think that's the difference.
And
Yours are more house socks.
Yeah.
Mine are more wearing
and
socks.
they don't stretch out as much if you're not walking around in them, you know.
Sure.
Fish lips kiss heel. Someone I posted these on Instagram and someone's like, "That's a fish lips kiss heel." I'm like, "Yeah." So that's the go-to heel for most people. And then knit 2, purl 2, rib at the top, and then Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. So this is pair number 5 for Kristen of the Yarngasm podcast box of socks cow. So that is number 5, and I'm almost halfway done.
Good.
So how many you got?
6.
6. Well, you knit short socks.
That's right.
Cheater.
But I don't. Okay, we're not starting that argument about short socks, long socks. Not going there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Socks.
All right, works in progress.
How many you got? How many you got?
I've got 3.
I have 3.
Who went first? I'll go first this time.
Doesn't matter. I don't care.
All right, so I'll start with the one I can reach first. This will be pair number 7 this year.
You've shown this before.
Yes. So these are turtle pearl yarns in the bruised colorway. And last week wrong pair. Last week I was right here. So I've knit this much in a week. I did take these to the LSU baseball game.
Louisiana stitch marker.
Like I said, I would last podcast, and I knit on these during the game. So these are going along well. I have these on my Chow Goose, size 1.
Are those the lace ones or just
Yeah.
the regular?
These are the lace ones,
Are
and
the lace ones the one with the red cables, or do all of them have red cables?
I'm not sure because I only own lace.
I do too.
But anyway, these are on my Chow Goose. They're going along great. So, yeah, 64 stitches.
Can I show the bag?
Fish lips kiss heel when I get to it. And these are in my baseball bag that Robin made for me.
I love that polka dot fabric.
Yeah, inside's got polka dots. Not little baseballs, but still polka dots.
Could be too much baseball if you had little baseballs.
There's never too much baseball.
I think there's too much baseball.
Impossible.
So that's just me.
Yeah, well.
Which one should I show first?
Don't know. Just close your eyes and reach.
All right. So this is in one of my new bags that I made last weekend. And
I love the dogs.
I bought this fabric because
Miss
it has the collie front and center. We lost our collie back in January.
Yeah.
And she was like one of my best friends growing up. She was like my dog. And so it was really hard to lose her. But every time I look at this bag, I think of her. And I have a little collie progress keeper on there.
Jasmine.
So,
You can see it.
yeah. And then in this bag, along with all my other garbage, ow, I just stabbed myself with these high sharps.
High sharps are sharp.
Yeah, they're sharp. So these are My Lady of Lallybrock socks by Cece Allman, who is Geeky Girls Knit podcast, I believe. And I was I was there last week, and I've knit that much in a week.
No, but you're
So-
working on other stuff. That's
Well,
still a lot.
It's slow going. It's
Yeah,
very
well, when you have a lot of cables, you can't whip through them like you
it's
can
very slow going.
vanilla socks.
It's cables, and there's like 6 cables per row, and like I'm knitting them 2 at a time, so that's 12 cables per row. And I'm not ordinarily, I like cables. Cables are okay, but I have to be in the mood. And like sometimes I'm just not in the mood for cables. This is a great pattern. Like nothing against the pattern. I'm just kind of like sick of cables right now. But I mean, I love how they're turning out. I really do. I knit a grand total of 4 rows at work today.
That color is gorgeous.
I know. This is, I wish I had the tag still. I think I threw it away. This is Savvy Skeins in her Comal sock base in the forest green colorway.
Really pretty.
Yeah, and it's really dense. Like it's a really thicker, it's like a thicker fingering weight, so they're going to be really hard wearing, which I like.
Look nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do. Thank you. I'm gonna do a little bit more, probably another repeat. And then I'm gonna try to fish lips kiss heel. Have you ever fish lips kiss heel 2 at a time socks?
Mm-hmm.
You can, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I've never done that before.
Yeah, you just work on one and then you move over and work on the other one.
That's what I thought logistically, but like there's some things that like I have a hard time wrapping my mind around too.
No, you do. I mean, at that point you treat them like you treat them like single socks like you've done the whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're going one way and then you turn around and go the other way, so you still stay working on one sock.
So these are on my high sharps, as I've said before, and they're friggin' sharp, and they just stabbed me. This way, yeah, they're very sharp. Size 1s, and I didn't follow the pattern exactly because I have more stitches because I do 68 stitch socks. And then I've also increased along the back just so I have a little bit of extra room. But other than that, the pattern's great. I don't know if I'm going to do the part at the top where it folds over like a kilt hose, just because I probably will just do like a ribbing at the top. But I like the idea.
I like the idea as well. And I mean, you're knitting this is, in homage to Outlander, and Jamie would have folded his socks down. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, well, we're not Scottish, so.
And you're not Jamie.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but I knit on these, and we watched the Outlander premiere last week, and I'll probably knit them this Saturday night when we watch the next episode. So that's it.
All right.
It's gonna get cluttered back there.
We'll see. I put mine on the ground when I'm done. This is a hat that I've been working on. I usually have something on the needles that is for charity, and so this is a hat that is my charity contribution. I have no idea who I'm giving this to, but it is for a small person.
Yeah, it can't be for hats for kiddos anymore.
Yeah, because Caffeinated Knitting has stopped recording.
I understand why they did it, but it's still kind of sad.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But anyway, this yarn right here is Hobby Lobby's Baby Bee Sweet Delight Prints in the sparkle colorway.
I love how it looks like it's striped.
Yeah, it does look like it's striped. And this is a yarn that I used to knit a baby hat for a cousin that's having a baby shower. And
we showed that in the first episode.
I did. I showed it on the first episode. It's very soft. I like to knit in acrylic when I'm doing charity knitting because I don't know who the recipient is and whether they really feel like doing, hand washing or anything like that.
I heard someone say once it's just cruel to give a new parent something they have to hand wash.
Well, you've got so many other things going on, and there are times when you're so overtired you're not thinking things out, and if you need to do a load of laundry and you just throw everything in, you don't want something ruined.
I wouldn't know.
So, yeah, you were one of those kids who mixed your days and nights up. So, yeah, we had some not pretty times in the very beginning.
Well. So, my next whip. Oh, look, there's my cupcake stitch marker.
You were looking for that?
I was looking for this. If you can't tell, I just literally pulled this out of my whip bin before I came over because I wanted something new to work on. So I haven't worked on this in a couple months, but I'm going to work on it this weekend. So I'm going to show it now because it's already got some progress done on it. This is the Autopilot. Yes, Autopilot by Dominique Trad. And it is a long cowl with just eyelet rows. It's really simple. It's a free pattern.
The name is very telling. You can kind of work on Autopilot.
And this is the worsted weight one. And isn't there one in fingering weight?
Copilot.
Yeah, it's a fantastic pattern. I'm knitting this in my hand spun.
It's a free pattern on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm. I'm knitting this in my hand spun, and the way that it's written, I can't remember if it's the way that it's written or if it's the way that I did it. I think it's the way that it's written is you do the cast on and then you do the edging, and then you measure how much yarn you used, and then you just knit until you have that much yarn left, and then you do the edging and then the cast off.
Which I think is brilliant. That way you make the most of your yarn.
Yeah, because this is fiber I got the Louisiana Renaissance Fair. There's a lady she has a weaving booth, and she also has hand spun yarn and like learn to spin kits and a little bit of roving, and that's where I picked up my first spindle actually, back in 2011. Actually, maybe it was 2010. It was back then. And then a couple of years ago, I got some roving from her, and I spun this up. It's been in my stash for a while. I don't remember when I spun it up, but it's about a DK weight, DK to worsted. I don't know what size needles these are. Probably 7s, whatever the pattern calls for. But I'm just kind of going along until I have 20-something grams left of this.
And then you'll start the edging.
Yes, and this is in my Whimsy Stitches bag. And he actually is a New Orleans native. He lives here.
Yeah, isn't that cute? I love how it's got the clear
Yeah.
part so you can see what your project is without having to open it up.
Yeah. So that's
nice bag. And you won that bag.
I did. I won it from I won it from Hats for Kiddos.
Yeah, you did.
Last year. Yeah, that makes me sad. It's okay. It'll be okay.
Life goes on.
There are a ton of really good podcasts out there. So
Absolutely.
We're not hurting for content.
No, we are not. Okay, my last work in progress is my 3-color cashmere shawl. So,
oh, that looks so good.
This is where This is where I was last week. So I finished the striping and I've started on the solid part. And I followed something that Jody of the Grocery Girls did, and I went ahead and added in that little teal stripe.
I love that.
Instead of having it solid grays. I just went ahead and added the pop of color in. So I'm halfway through the teal stripe. So this will be that amount again, and then I will start the edging, and then
that's it.
Yeah, then
what?
It'll be done. So.
I
am absolutely loving this. This is a brilliant pattern by Joji Locatelli, the 3-color cashmere shawl. What I love about this is that she tells you the stitch counts all through the pattern so that you know that you're where you need to be. And it's pretty easy at this point. It's not, you shouldn't be off on your numbers at this point, but it does come in handy when you're doing lace.
Yeah. This is a texture. It's not just straight stockinette?
No, actually it's knit 3 purl 1, and that's what it looks like.
Give it away. It's a free pattern.
Oh, I didn't say that.
You didn't hear that.
No, yes. There is a texture to it. Look at the pattern. Gosh. Yeah. I didn't say that. So that's my last.
Go buy the pattern if you want to know more.
Oh, I would buy this again and again.
You're going to do the cowl?
And no, I'm not so much a cowl person because I wear these like cowls. But I'm knitting this as part of the Grocery Girls knit along. They're doing the 3-color cashmere shawl. I did that another time. 3-color cashmere shawl in their group. And so I can't remember when it ends. But I think there's time if you want to jump on the bandwagon.
I kind of want to, but
it's gorgeous. In fact, when we were at DFW, I bought more yarn to do a second one.
I don't have yarn to do it. That's my excuse. I probably do.
I know you do. I know you do. Okay, so that's all of our works in progress. Oh, wait, one more.
This is another bag that I made last weekend, and there still is one in my shop. If you like this, there's one identical to it.
It's cute
with the little Paris charm. And I love the little seals. That's my favorite part. So in my bag, this is what is this? The Red Robin. Yeah, Red Robin shawlette. Ooh, Lord. The Red Robin shawl by Helen Stewart, who runs the Curious Handmade podcast. I'm sure you've heard of her. It goes this way. It goes this way.
Love that yarn.
So it's just a regular triangular shawl, and then towards the end there's like an eyelid-y looking section. I haven't read it yet, but it looks like eyelets. And then there's tassels at the end. And Robin of the Stitching Between Pages podcast actually was wearing one of these at DFW, and I saw it, and I'm like, I have to have it.
Yep.
So I bought this yarn there for it. So there's my little bee stitch marker. So this yarn is Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the Found Pottery colorway. And I really love how it's speckling. I call it my speckled robin shawl. So I really love it.
Looks nice.
I really love it. Like, I really love it, you know.
Do you love it?
A little bit. This is knit on, really, fives, I lied. Size 5, Knitter's Pride Royal Needles with the wooden and then the middle tip. And then that's all there is to it, really. I love it.
Nice.
I really do. I stopped working on this because I was worried I was knitting it too fast.
I know you said that last week.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot. I feel like I gotta slow down, knitting too fast.
Well, you want to enjoy the yarn. I get it.
Yeah.
But you also would enjoy the shawl once you finish.
And I'd also enjoy whatever I'd be knitting next.
Yeah, it's rare that you don't enjoy what you're knitting, but it happens. Like the shawl that I frogged in the very first episode, after the very first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't loving that pattern.
Yeah. So
I love the pattern, didn't like the yarn with it.
Yeah. So I have a new section, not really new because I only have it this week. I did some cross stitching this week. So I have my cross stitching work in progress. I'm sure y'all have seen this around. It is the Fivery Friends Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And it says it was exclusive to Stitches West, but I bought it in a kit from online. They did a new one this year. Have you seen their new one?
Mm-mm.
It's really cute. It's like a little farm scene with some sheep, and it says, "Will you be my neighbor?" But it's spelled "you" like the sheep. So that's what it looks like. And then this is how much I've gotten done.
So that's the center part.
Yeah. And I actually started this whenever I got the kit back. I think I got it around Black Friday, back in November. And I did a little bit of it, and then I put it on hold because I wanted to do winter camp, and I didn't really want to work on any other crafts during winter camp, so I could get as many points as I could.
But winter camp is now over?
Winter camp is over. So whenever I started it, I had half of the N and the Y done. And so I did all the rest of that this week. So that's that. I think I'm actually just going to frame it in the hoop. I thought about getting a real frame for it, but I kind of like the look of it in the hoop. Mm-hmm. And this hoop is the perfect size for whenever it's done. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Looks good.
Yeah. And this is only my second cross stitch ever. So it's my first cross stitch using more than 2 colors. The only other cross stitch I did was a Pokemon scene from my best friend for Christmas. So,
excuse me.
Bless you.
I felt that coming.
Yeah. But it's definitely a new craft to me, and I feel like this is a good kit to learn with.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of cross stitch.
You did that one right there.
Both of those behind us are cross stitch patterns that I had done back in the 80s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I did some in the 90s, and then I kind of stopped after that.
Yeah. You ready to throw me something, mister?
Sure. I only have one acquisition this week, and this is the beautiful skein that I received from Savvy Skeins. This was try not to pull it in front of your face. This is the skein that I won in the Instagram giveaway that she was holding during DFW.
Look at the speckling on that.
Isn't that gorgeous?
And this is San Antonio sock.
This is a San Antonio sock, and the colorway is Sailor's Delight. And it is 400 yards, 115 grams. So, yeah, she does have a little thicker fingering.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about that in your in your socks.
This is a different base though, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is 100% superwash merino, and it is beautiful.
Generous yardage, generous weight.
Yes, and I loves it.
Mm. Is that going to be socks?
Nope, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but probably not socks.
It doesn't have any. Lord,
No nylon in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have any nylon in it. If you can hear that, someone's phone is ringing. We're sorry.
I don't know if they can hear that.
They heard Nana's last time, or I could hear it because I was listening for it.
Yeah, that's Dad calling.
Call me, maybe.
Yeah, that's his ringtone.
Sorry about that. I'm just going to wait till it's finished.
I don't think it's that loud.
Okay,
I think you're way louder.
Okay, so I bought some new fabric, obviously. I saw this fabric at DFW. Someone had made it into some bags, but the bags I saw were drawstring, and I don't really like drawstring bags. So I bought a yard of this for myself and to make some bags for my shop.
That is cute.
I love it. I love this kind of stuff.
Really, really cute.
It's like vintage
like
dressmaking.
Like a little shoe, and then you got the little dress form, and very
I love
cute.
It. And the dresses, and then I think the side's the same. Yeah. So
that'll make really cute bags.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, the ones like this bag that have the different colored bottom are a little bit more work because you have to piece them together and cut out 2 different pieces of fabric and then top stitch them. But I really like how they look, and it saves on your what do you call it? And not the accent fabric, your main fabric. Yeah, it saves on the main fabric, which is part of the fun. And usually the main fabric is more expensive anyway than your lining fabric in most bags that I've seen.
Or even your accent fabric.
Yeah. Well, usually the accent fabric and the lining fabric are the same. But, yeah, that way, I mean, I have a yard of this. I could probably get 6 bags out of a yard.
It's very, very cute.
Yeah, I really love it.
Love it.
So I'm definitely going to keep one for myself. And then I'll put the rest in my shop. So that is that. You got anything else to talk about?
Oh, I can talk about what I'm drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I am drinking, look at my mug. I love this mug. I am drinking Tivana tea, and it is toasted creme brulee.
Oh, that was from Tivana?
Mm-hmm. Oh. What are you drinking?
Oh, this is in my Siamese cat mug. And it doesn't really look like Pearl, because Pearl's a Lynx Point Siamese, and then these are just regular seal points. But, what am I drinking? I'm drinking Donut Shop Sweet and Nutty Hazelnut something.
So yours is coffee.
Yeah, mine is coffee. And I like this one because you don't have to add anything to it. It just, it comes.
It's kind of sweet enough.
It's already sweetened just a little bit, just enough. So that is what we're drinking.
Okay. You were going to talk about some shirts?
Oh, no, they didn't come in yet.
Oh.
I bought a Ravenclaw shirt and I was going to show it. So there's going to be a little break here because my computer just dropped a frame again. Still don't know what that means.
It happened last time. Don't know why. Sorry.
We're almost done anyway. The shirts didn't come in time.
Maybe you'll show them next week.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone cares. But, do you have anything for Lanyap? You want to talk about what's going on in your life?
I don't really have anything to say for Lanyap. Just the usual. Doing errands and knitting and taking care of business.
I have exams coming up.
You do. It's almost the end of the semester.
Yeah, move-out day is the 7th of May, and it gets really crazy.
Because Robin works in the house.
Yeah, I work in the dorms. I don't live in the dorms, but it's going to get kind of crazy for work, and then we have finals, and then some friends of mine are graduating because they're lucky. But I'm so jealous.
You'll get there.
I'm so jealous.
You will get there.
But, yeah, nothing much going on. Nothing's going on.
Just the usual.
Jazz Fest is coming up, but I'm not going to go because I'm poor.
You need to go at some point. I think everybody should go to Jazz Fest at least once. It's
Janelle Monáe is going to be there, and I love Janelle Monáe, but I don't care about anyone else who's there besides her, and I don't want to pay $65 just to see one person.
Yeah, but you would find that once you got there, there's so much amazing music that it's worth the $65. But I get wanting to go on a day where there's a lot of really great people.
Yeah.
And they do. They have some really great headliners that come to Jazz Fest.
Paul Simon, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam's always here. I remember my friend Taylor, she lives out there by Noma. She was complaining. She's like, I was trying to sleep and Pearl Jam was playing. And I'm like, really? You're going to complain about that? But, yeah, I don't know.
You're trying to sleep.
It's a free concert in your backyard.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to live close to the fairgrounds for
Yeah.
that reason. But then the traffic is horrible, and then you can't park, and
Yeah. People
you know,
park in your front lawn.
yeah, people make money with that though. Parking for Jazz Fest.
Oh yeah. So I think that's it for Lagniappe. I will not have a shop update this week because I haven't finished what I'm working on right now. But I do want to thank everyone who bought my mini skein sets. I sold a bunch of them. I have a couple left. I have a handful left. If you want to go check out my Etsy shop,
Did you bring them to show?
They're over there. No.
Okay.
I can insert a picture maybe, or maybe, I mean, you can just go look. They're really cute. They're the Evolution mini skein sets. You can find them in my shop, teenybuttonstudio.etsy.com. And my next update will be next Friday, which is April 22nd at 5 p.m. Central Time. And I will have more mini skein sets. And
we plan to show them next week.
Yeah, I'm going to show them on the podcast next week, but there's no guarantee the podcast is going to be up before the update.
Yeah, we had some issues last week that we couldn't figure out what was going on. We tried to upload the podcast 4 times. And instead of the 3rd time being the charm, the 4th time was the charm.
I did the exact same thing 4 times, and for some reason the last time it worked.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, I mean, sometimes things are out of our control.
Yeah, but anyway, I doubt there's anyone waiting on the edge of their seat to see us yet. But
Nana is.
Yeah. Hi, Nana.
Hi, Nana.
We wanted to thank everyone. We have 100 YouTube subscribers.
Yes, thank you.
And it made my day. I was so excited. I'm so happy. So a huge thank you to everyone who's new and to everyone who's coming back. We want to thank you for watching us.
Thank you.
Come find our show notes on the Ravelry group, Cherry Purls Podcast. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, look, there's Pearl.
You went up there, Boo-Boo?
How'd she do that?
How'd she get up there?